I'm Dr. Bryan Terry, your state representative for District 48 in Tennessee. Thank you for joining me for the legislative checkup for the week ending January 21st. On Monday, we were not in session as we celebrated the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He left us with a legacy of major contributions to the civil rights movement, as well as a volume of philosophical quotes. One of my favorite quotes from him is, "The time is always right to do what is right." Those are great words to live by, and they are particularly useful in the General Assembly. Tuesday, we met to discuss the recommendations from the Medical Cannabis Commission. I'm looking at using their recommendations as a framework for legislation to help patients who may benefit from cannabis-based medicines. I also met with DHS to meet their new Assistant Commissioner and their new Legislative Liaison. As Chairman of Health, I usually work closely with their department on issues, and later on in the day, I attended the Families First Community Advisory Board relative to TANF. On Tuesday, we also got our legislative interns for the session, Nick Jordan and Josh Say. I'm excited to have them in our office. They will do great work for our district. The General Assembly met and held session Wednesday, where we recognized that it was Dolly Parton's birthday. Happy birthday, Dolly. She's a Tennessee icon. Following session, I chaired the first meeting of the year for the Health Committee. We heard an update from DHS about TANF and the progress of the TANF Opportunity Act, which I passed last year. Currently, there are 17 community organizations that have been selected to participate in the grant program initiated by the TANF Opportunity Act. We will eventually have to narrow those down to 6 programs that will be designed to transform TANF and help Tennesseans access income mobility. The Department of Health also presented at our Health Committee. They provided an update on COVID-19 within our state. They stated that while Omicron is spreading quickly, infections are starting to plateau in Tennessee, which is a great sign. The Commissioner stated that we are approaching the point where COVID-19 will become endemic. An infectious disease expert from Vanderbilt said something similar earlier this week as well. The Health Department also discussed the TN Together opioid report to inform us of the impact of that legislation that it had on the opioid crisis. The current data suggests that Tennessee has improved in decreasing the amount of opioid prescriptions that are longer than 3 days and have decreased the risk of opioid-naive patients from becoming addicted. However, overdose deaths have continued to rise, but that appears to be related to illicit drugs like fentanyl and not related to prescription-related overdoses. Thursday was rather uneventful, but we did pass the redistricting bills through the Calendar and Rules Committee. Rutherford County will be receiving a 5th legislative seat. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach me at the information below. As always, I'm humbled and honored to be your state representative. With Liberty, I'm Dr. Bryan Terry.